So this is wood avens, sometimes called herb Bennett. Now it's starting to go over a little bit, so I'm going to hopefully be able to show you what the flower looks like. Now you'll often see it growing here amongst sort of other plants. I'm in a sort of a shaded woodland. And you'll often see it in amongst the Herb Robert. There's some Herb Robert there. So Herb Robert and the Herb Bennett you'll often see together. And do look at my other video all about Herb Bennett. So that's that one. So wood avens is this one. Now the flower, bear with me because I'm hopefully going to find one that's got a flower left. Here we go. So this, it's sort of, they are sort of going over, so I apologise for that. It's a bit, looks a little bit like a buttercup flower, but the petals are more spread out. Here we go. Here's one a little bit better. If you can see that. There we go. So yeah, it's a little bit different. They grow up on individual stems like this, and they have this shaped leaf. It's quite soft and fluffy, not too fluffy, but it is a little bit. And this is a really gentle remedy for the digestive system. So it's a mild astringent, and what that means is it brings together tissues. It has this drawing effect. This is the action that I do with my hand. I'm talking about astringents. It has this drawing in effect, but it does so in a really, really gentle way. It's absolutely really good for children. It's very, very gentle in its astringency. So you could give it in conditions where people do have diarrhea. Now do remember, diarrhea is the way that the body rids itself of bacteria and viruses that it doesn't want. So don't think that you want to stop that process necessarily, but if you think that it's a non-infective cause, then this would be a remedy that you could try. Now that's for all of the aerial parts. So when we say aerial parts, what it means is everything growing above ground, or everything in the air, as I like to think of it of. So it would be from the base of the stem, and when it's in flower, that would be the time that you would gather it as well. In flower, that's the best time. So this is a little bit late now because the flowers are going over. It'd still be effective, but it is sort of losing its potency a bit as it goes out flower. Now the thing about wood avens is that's the aerial parts, and I am really abbreviating that. Obviously one plant doesn't have one action, but I'm doing that as an easy summary for you. Now the other thing with Bennett is, if I just pull this one out, is its root. So I'm just going to pull this one out as to show you. Here we go. Now the root in is not very big. It's not like dandelion or burdock. It's not got a massive tap root. It has quite small roots, and they're very easy to pull up because they are very small rooted. They don't grow down very far. It's quite easy. You just pull them out, and this is what it will look like. Now in the roots, it's got very different properties. Actually in the root is very similar biochemicals to clove. So clove as in the sorts of cloves that you have in your kitchen that you cook with. So it's very aromatic, and it does have very similar properties to clove because it has those similar compounds in it. So it can be used for toothache, in the same way that clove can be used, and mouthwashes and those kinds of things. So it's our native version of that, those biochemicals showing up in this plant in the root, whereas in clove it's in the flower bud. So yeah, it's a great one too, and it's not endangered. You'll see it growing everywhere. Do obviously be respectful when you're gathering things, but it isn't endangered in any way, and it doesn't have any interactions with any medications. And that's the dog, because he's got to have a look at the plants that I'm talking about. So yeah, it's a great one. Do get out there and have a look for it. It is, as I said, it is going over now, but sort of spring to early summer you'll see it out and about. Don't forget to comment if you've used it, if you've got any recipes you want to share, and don't forget to subscribe to videos. Thanks.